dedication it takes to learn.
Well, he was doing the fucking hat thing. You remember? He was like,
Yeah.
like put it over his face, like a solid, like the camera would cut to him.
Yeah.
He'd be like this.
P-Rod's turn to go. And he's sitting there in his hat, like for a solid like 15 seconds, gathering himself, put the hat back.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this, and then go.
That's life. What's up with that?
Natural progression.
Yeah. I mean, eventually, if you don't make it out the field, you're not gonna. Sure. The dude I used to work with used to say, "You never get rich down in the ditch."
Yeah.
You eventually got to get it out.
Yeah. So I was always curious about that, like, with a plumber, how far can you go as a plumber? Because the world's always gonna need a plumber.
Always. No.
There's things that machines just can't do.
Absolutely.
You know, so like, I don't know. I think that's pretty interesting.
Yeah. No, I mean,
Like some people view it as like a blue, it's blue collar. You know,
Sure.
in New York they're part of unions and shit like that. So it's like interesting to see what the progression is.
No, I mean, you can start out like you can have the. I think I had the absolute like just natural progression as a kid. So, like I started out right out of high school, just kept doing it like as a summer job, and then eventually became like a real job. And then forever I was like, fuck, I don't need my license. I ain't gonna do this bullshit. Like fuck this. Who the fuck wants to plumb all the time? Like fuck this.
Yeah.
And then it eventually became like a steady job, and I was like, oh shit, no, I can make some real money doing this. And then
You got to get the license.
got my license, and then you start making.
You got to go to school for that?
No, you learn on the job.
Oh, okay. So it's one of those things.
So like, pretty much after like 4 years, you got the hours. You got to have 8,000 hours.
Ah.
So you do that. Go take the test down in Austin. Get your license, and then after that, you're a journeyman. And then you can basically run a job.
Damn.
So that's what I was doing for a couple years, and Jake was actually working under me for a little bit at a little school we were doing.
Nice.
And then, yeah, and then I went back to working for another company, and then they were like, oh, you know what? You want to come in the office and do this bullshit? And I was like, yeah, I want to go in the office and do that bullshit.
I want to do this bullshit.
Because it's different from the bullshit I'm already doing.
Yeah. I mean, it's still like plumbing. It's still the same like mechanical side of my mind that I have to use, and so
Sure.
I still get that side of it,
You got to know what you're doing in order to know what's going to have to be done, how it's going to have
Yeah,
to be
exactly. And as an estimator, I have to know the entire job from literal start to finish.
So do you still get the plans from the architect
Yeah.
and everything?
Yeah, I see them before like anyone. Like I know what's being built around here before it even gets started.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
What happens if your estimate's like way off?
We have to pay for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that comes out of our end. Because like once you sign,
it's guaranteed that it's going to cost this much.
yeah, once I send them a number and they send it back signed saying,
Right.
okay, you
for
agree
sure.
to this amount. Once we get out on the field there, yeah, hey dude.
Now,
you
what if
said
it's
it was
like
gonna be
something
this
you run
much.
into that you couldn't see? Because obviously,
If it's something genuine you can't foresee like that, you do what's called a change order. You send that in, it's all official.
Yeah.
Both parties agree to it, and then you just add
it's
it
like
on.
an act of God type of deal.
Yeah. Or if there's just like some unforeseen thing like no one knew about, because you get into like some old buildings and
Yeah.
there's no telling. But yeah, what's up with that, guys? Welcome back to another episode. This is not a plumbing podcast, but we are here. This is actually the 2-year anniversary. What's up with that? So thanks for tuning in, everybody. We got Jake in the house. David,
So,
thanks for joining us again, dude.
for sure, man. Always a good time.
Yeah.
So,
Had to get you in here again, especially for like the 2-year, because
yeah.
I felt like I started my whole podcast journey with you, like years ago at your crib, and so.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that was the first one I ever did. And that's what kind of that's what
Yeah.
lit the fire. I mean, I was like, all right, I'm about to do this.
Damn, personally, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, I've completely forgot about that.
Elevate, right?
Yeah, elevate. Dang.
Yeah, dude.
I've been kicking around bringing back something. Because, I see the bag going around, bro, on YouTube and TikTok and stuff like that. So I'm thinking about, not thinking about, I've actually like recorded some videos of reacting to stuff,
Yeah.
and like kind of
Reaction
breaking.
videos are big right now.
Yeah, man, they're getting the bag right now, and like, especially with the AI apps that you can just throw in a clip, and it'll throw some basic clips at you, to start out, and then I'll have to pay an editor, as I noticed. The good ones have editors who make those clips themselves as opposed to just throwing it into the app.
Right.
Because humans have nuance. You know what I'm saying? Like, the AI can only go by what the algorithm says, but subtlety can only be really read by humans, I think. So if you want something to be subtly funny, to where you go, oh my god, yeah, that makes sense, and it's funny, and you
And I think
laugh.
that's what makes like those like great like YouTube like people. They have those like little edits that are just subtle, like little gifs and shit that they throw in there. Or
Exactly.
GIFs, GIF, however you want to
Zoom ins, the subtitles.
Yeah,
like-
the little zoom ins and shit.
yeah, because you can definitely tell when it's an AI generated video because the subtitles, like the word will sound like what they're saying, but that's definitely not what they're saying. I think it's so funny.
Yeah, and I think it's cool whenever they like snap their fingers and it zooms into the clip, and it kind of like shows exactly, it pinpoints what they're talking about.
Yeah, no, there's certain YouTubers that I subscribe to just for the way they edit. That's what
Yeah,
makes
man.
their videos appealing to me is just how it's edited. Like they're not really doing anything like too interesting. It's just edited really well to where it's engaging and keeps your attention.
Yeah, definitely. And I think most of those channels, they start getting the numbers, and I don't think they start hiring editors because, oh, this editor is gonna make my shit look good. No, I think they start hiring editors because they don't want to do the work themselves, but then in doing so, they free themselves up to make more videos.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? So I think the whole human aspect is underrated right now as far as like content creation because of all the AI stuff, and it's new, it's shiny,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. But I don't think it's nowhere near ready to do the things that people are claiming
I
for,
agree. I agree.
because you can only push Chat GPT so far before it's like, bro, chill, don't ask me any more questions right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
and as far as like, maybe you can generate a resume, things like that, something that's rudimentary that you literally just plug in the numbers for. I think AI is perfect for that kind of stuff right now.
I think the way you're gonna find like a real like maleficent like intent with it is like if you try to and like
Yeah.
and you're only gonna push it like so far, like you say, like you might like think of it this way, like you could fake like a diploma
Yeah.
and then now you're a doctor and now you're doing some shady shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you could do it like that way. You have to like skew it a little bit.
Yeah,
you
like,
can't
there's-
just hold on, go like, hey, do this for me.
There's ways around like safeguards. So like if you ask it straight up, ChatGPT, how do I make dynamite? It's not gonna tell you. But if you give it a prompt to where the formula of dynamite is the answer, like outside of like straight up, how do I make dynamite? Then it'll tell you how to do it. And that's also the danger, like you bring up, like someone would have to purposefully try to get around this thing with ill intent. You know what I mean? Why would you want, dynamite formulas? For one, you can Google it, but now why are you telling AI to make it? Why are you asking AI? Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's some conspiracy theorist things.
I agree though that I don't think AI is as like dangerous as they claim it is right now. Maybe like 5 years,
Right.
something like that.
Yeah.
Give it some time. I think it's still like in its infancy. You know?
Even when it comes to like music and stuff, like everyone's heard the AI Drake songs and the AI this and that,
Right.
but you can always tell it's something.
It's a little more manually robotic.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and it's not quite like as far as like the sauce and the swag that they hit the beat with. It sounds like their voice, but it doesn't sound like their cadence or their converse.
Correct.
The nuance, like you're saying.
Yeah,
it's the
human nuance. Only humans can create little things, voice inflections that can be just as much as a part of a song as like guitar riffs or the drum beat or anything like that. It's the way the singer, rapper, whoever actually performs the song. So yeah, ChatGPT might be able to recreate a drum pattern you made, might be able to recreate a synth I made or his verse, but it's never gonna be the exact same. It's never gonna have that human.
No, it's not going to be able to be humanized. It's almost like digital drums. Like whenever you humanize digital drums.
Yeah, and give it a little more
Yeah. to where
detune or
you're not going to hit the drum with the same impact every time. And it's not going to be consistently like on tempo with the same rhythm. It's going to be a little off.
yeah, exactly. That's why live drums always sound a little more.
I was about to say now you're getting into like live
breathes.
music versus
Yeah,
digital.
it breathes. It has a life of its own. Especially like if it's a good room too. Oh my god, live sound when it's and it's engineered correctly. You got a good engineer for the front of house music and stuff. You have a good room. Oh my God, nothing competes with that.
Yeah,
Live band, good room, good engineer.
nothing.
The worst thing you can do is piss off the sound guy.
Oh my God.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
They'll make you sound like shit.
Yeah, bro, I've done it myself. Like I used to work at Buttons, and some of the bands that came in there, whenever like the dude who did use the sound wouldn't show up, or the manager was too busy to do it themselves, I would set up the sound. And if the guy was a dick to me, I'd make him sound crazy.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna treat me bad. I'm still gonna work
at your
here.
place.
You might not get booked again.
Yeah.
Now that's petty. I understand, but you have to treat everyone in that place with respect. That's why all the artists that you hear, like, no, they're great. They treat everyone the same, like whoop-de-whoop. That's why they're successful. Because it's it's not really like the big people who get you successful. No, it's the small people. It's the people who other people might consider small who get you that success.
That's true.
Because who are you going to fall back on? Executives don't give a fuck.
They don't.
They don't. Who gives a fuck? Your fans.
Yeah.
Or people who might not know who you are, but oh man, he has fans. He sold this place out, and he's a nice person. Why wouldn't they support you?
Exactly.
Even if they don't like your music, they're not going to speak badly about you, which is a plus.
Yeah.
The older I get, the more I realize, like, you just be cool to everybody. Like,
Yeah, man.
it's gonna come back to you eventually in some way.
Yeah. And people get promoted. Like the sound guy yesterday might be like the director of the whole project or the whole label the next day.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, the executives depend on their team. They listen only to their team. They're not going to listen to you as an individual or you as an artist. But if you can get in good with the team, they might value your opinion a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly. Just being, and you don't have to be overly nice either.
No, you don't have
Just
to kiss ass.
Just you have to realize that they're a person too. They have shit going on. They don't want to deal with your shit too on top of it.
Yeah.
So I think just being an overall good person, which leads back to the AI thing, man. You can't train AI to be a good person.
Definitely not.
You can't train it to be a bad person either. But I think you can more influence it to. Evil is such a strong word, but you can more manipulate AI into something that will negatively impact more than positively impact. So that's why I think people are also scared of AI. Because they exaggerate it in their head. Like, oh, Skynet, like, oh, Terminator. No. At least not in our lifetime, so what do we care? Why worry yourself?
Yeah.
Like, we're in our 30s, and it's barely there. Even if it does become self-aware, anything like that, how long is it going to be?
Yeah, and will it, like, be self-aware? Because basically, it kind of learns off of the information that we feed it. So we have
That's what I've always like.
ultimate control over
Right.
what
Exactly.
we feed it. But the crazy thing is, some dude that's smoking weed and like drinking and shit in his dorm room is gonna start asking it crazy ass questions and start feeding it with crazy information. And the next thing you know, it's gonna start learning, and it's gonna start learning.
Because then it has that information.
Yeah.
Then it might one day be like, why? Okay, why did he ask me that?
Yeah.
Why did it put this information in me? Why me? What do I have that, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I have the ability to be connected to everything all at once. You know what I mean? So I think that goes into the whole fear of it. But right now, even with music, like like we were saying before, the whole AI-generated Drake and stuff like that, even in electronic music where I'm at, guys are making algorithms to make electronic music through AI.
Yeah. I'm sure that's really
But at this point, you're just programming the synth to make the track. Now, you're basically doing like, okay, in this style of EDM, it's mostly quarter notes, eighth notes, blah, blah, blah. Boom. That eliminates a bunch of rhythms. So now you have a few set of rhythms. Now within those parameters, go crazy.
Yeah.
And the program will do its thing, and then now you have a song. It'll sound AI though.
Yeah.
It just will.
Yeah.
Because human nuance is instead of just a straight eighth note or quarter note, we'll do a swinged one right there just so it adds a little more flavor. You know what I'm saying? Like you were saying with the drums, having more human. Okay, I'll throw it slightly off beat so it sounds a little more live.
Yeah.
AI is not going to want to do. AI is going to be like, okay, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, boom, boom. Here's this box. Here you go.
So how long do you think we are? Like, how far away
Before it sounds human.
before we get to like Star Wars, just droids playing music?
Dude.
You know what I'm saying? Like, do.
Where they play the music because they're playing it themselves and not
That's what I'm
like
saying.
programmed
like
to.
they're playing like the instrument.
Honestly, a good 100 years.
Not in my lifetime, right?
No,
Right.
no, not
I
at
don't
all.
think so either.
That's why I think, a lot of this panic is like, oh, the next 50 years. Bro, we're going to be 80. And at that point, I'm not going to care. I'm just not. I'm not going to care about
I'm just gonna
what
be
AI is
happy to be
doing.
alive.
Can I still feed myself? Can I still go to the bathroom by myself? That's going to be the two biggest things that I'm going to be worried about at 80. You know what I mean? Not AI.
Yeah, but what I can appreciate with the AI music is you're able to create music for artists that have either passed or fallen off. That new AI track.
I got a story about that. Yeah.
That Tupac Biggie track, "The Life After Death." That shit is hard. It's completely
Yeah.
AI generated, and it sounds like Pac, and it doesn't sound 100% humanized.
Sure.
But it sounds like his flow, sounds like his voice, his consistency, wordplay, everything. Same with Biggie, and it goes really fucking hard. I've heard some of the Nipsey shit. It's not as hard, but the Roddy Ricch, the Tupac, the Biggie shit, all that's really hard. That shit goes in.
The Beatles song.
Oh, yeah?
They just put out where they put one of George Harrison's like home recordings.
Yeah.
It was like him playing piano, and for like the years and years and years, they couldn't get the piano off the vocal. They finally were able to get it with AI, so they just got the vocal off it, and the Beatles put out a new original for Beatles song like last year.
That's really
crazy,
cool.
yeah. But if I'm being honest, AI in the music industry isn't new. Isotope Ozone, it's a mixing mastering suite. Like it's for apps for for your DAW. It used AI 4 years ago to analyze your song.
Yeah.
And it'll give you like, okay, so we make this EQ, this limiter, this granulizer, or whatever the plugin may be. Here's these 5. Mess with the settings, it's gonna make your track sound good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
kind of similar to Lander, right?
Yeah.
Lander's kind of like a basic AI mastering software.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's what SoundCloud does too. When you upload a song.
Yeah, and it gives you the option.
Yeah. And you do that AI master.
Yeah, so they saw Ozone doing it. They were like, all we have to do is pay a poor engineer a few racks, and we have our own algorithm to mix and master tracks.
Yep.
Now, the problem with that is because I've run a couple tracks through them. Sometimes because it is AI, you do need nuance and like the human touch. Sometimes the AI mix doesn't sound as good as yours.
Yeah.
So even there's still room to grow. You know what I mean? And music is the cutting edge of technology. If it wasn't for music or like video editors, like creators, Apple wouldn't be where it's at.
Yep.
A lot of these like audio companies, like I see you have a Rodecaster.
Yep.
They wouldn't be anywhere without sound creation or anything like that. Like a lot of these companies owe a lot to creators.
Yeah.
And I think that
That's a good point though. Like music really does kind of push technology in that way.
Yeah.
Because every little like improvement you can make makes the song easier to play, or like enhances it in some way. It makes the producing easier in some
Smoother.
way. Yeah.
And it's now with the internet, it's you still gotta have some form of talent, but like having a talent and expressing it is so much easier now. Not just producing or whatever. Oh, I like making steak. Okay, cool. I can make 80,000 videos of all the different types of steak I can get, all the different types of cooking methods, spices, whatever. Yeah. This grill versus that grill, and it's just based on one thing.
That's that new podcast I'm working on. That's the whole concept behind it.
Oh, really?
It's like grilling and like and stuff like that. It's all about.
And that's hot, bro. Because I think you got to think of the industries that are gonna last. Medical stuff like Dr. Pimple Popper, stuff like that, like medical anomalies. That's always gonna be hot because that's always gonna happen. It's always gonna be a thing. food. We all need food. We all like food for the most part. Even if you're a vegan, I'm sure there's food that you enjoy that you wouldn't mind a cucumber cutting video or whatever the case may be. So, medicine, food, just industries that will exist. Even I've seen, plumbing TikToks that are like entertaining.
Dude, come on. I follow so many plumbers. Like,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
like,
they're like,
idiots on the
hey,
job.
what's up today? We're going to do this. And, hey, Clay, just go get that out of the van. And they're sitting here doing this shit. Yeah.
This is what happens when you don't have this tool
Right,
or
shit
whatever,
like that, dude,
Yeah, and it's so niche, but at the same time, it gets hundreds of thousands of views, if not millions, just because it's relatable to a few. Therefore, it's going to be relatable to a lot.
Yeah. Well, it's got a target audience.
Yeah, exactly.
People that can relate to it. It's got its target. It's got a theme. Like pretty much the whole treatment is already written out
Exactly.
off of those. And some of those videos also kind of go along the lines of the ASMR too. Like the people that watch videos for like a certain feeling, or they have like a certain like urge or like some kind of sensation that they get from it.
Yeah.
Like cutting the cucumber, or like if you're in the pharmaceuticals, seeing like a bunch of pill capsules just like fall, or like seeing just some kind of visual that gives you some kind of sensation.
I like the thrill of, this is going to sound bad, but car accident videos. Just like some Russian dude driving, cussing everybody out on the Russian highway, and then boom. Or anything like that, like,
I can relate.
stupid
Like-
drivers.
Like,
or something like that.
I like watching like gnarly skate falls.
Oh,
like people
dude.
getting broke off.
Yeah.
You know, like we watch that. We're numb to it, right? You know, like we can watch someone break a leg.
I
and
can
be like,
watch most of that stuff, but yeah, I can watch most of that stuff. But when it comes to like someone's head smacking against the pavement, that gives me a little bit.
the
Of,
head ones are
Yeah.
those are the ones where you're like, fuck. God, oh, they make you do that shit.
because I'm pretty sure 100% of people have fallen down. That sucks. And then falling down, going moderately fast on a moving thing. At the first time I ever got on a skateboard, I went straight back.
Yeah.
That thing went straight from under me. I went straight back. That shit hurt.
Dennis the Menace style.
Yeah, straight up, dude. And never again. But yeah, dude. Speaking of skateboarding, we were talking about this earlier. I know. What about the Japanese kids in skateboarding today, dude?
It's insane, dude. To me, like the first one that like caught my eye was Yuto.
Yes.
You know, because he was like the first one on the scene that gave Nigel like a run for his money.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, "Oh shit, who the fuck is this cat?" Like, and then he's out there like landing everything. And but the Japanese people, like, I don't know what it is. Like, if there's like some like what started the wave? That's what I want to know. Like, what
I don't know, bro, because
it's only in like the last like
4 to 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it COVID?
Nah, well, dude, it was like a whole plan. They're trying to take out the American Olympic skateboarders.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
shit.
know, bro, but
That's
I
a
think
deep plan.
Yeah.
That's deep.
I think that maybe that had part of it because maybe just a bunch of Japanese kids made a bunch of skate videos and
Yeah, it could have
got
been
these
a thing.
sponsors and things like
Yeah,
that.
they could just be now getting noticed.
That's the thing, because you know what it takes to get to that level. It wasn't just 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
They've been grinding for 10 years, maybe.
Yeah.
But bro, there's this kid, Sora Shirai. He's kind of like what Yuto was about 3 years ago.
Okay.
He's on that, like, technical, floats on a skateboard, has gotten a 9 on a run, like, as the overall score. Like, crazy kid. He's like 17, bro.
Dude.
And he's already like street league competing like for the top spots and all that kind of stuff. And then his little brother skateboards, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And I think Yuto was the first one, I think, to at least make me go, oh, they're getting down like that in Japan. It's just not something that I thought they got down on, is
I
skateboarding.
didn't either.
Yeah.
I just didn't know that it was like that out there.
Well, when you think about it, man, like a lot of Americans, they go to other countries and China, Japan, like they have a lot of street spots out there.
Gnarly
that-
good
that are
spots,
in our
too.
videos.
Yeah.
And they also pay attention to American culture because our culture is so like in front of the camera, like
Yeah.
a big part of the media. So I kind of think that they just kind of adapted what they were seeing in those videos and they just stepped it up a notch. Because it's kind of like our generation. We were watching 90s videos and early 2000s videos, and then we'd go out, we'd watch skate parts all day, and then go out later in the day and then
Try what you saw.
Try to like one up what they were doing in the videos.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of it has to do with that, because if you can visualize it, you can kind of put it together physically. So I think that if somebody saw a kickflip front board, they might be able to say, well, I can tray flip front board, or I can tray flip lip side, or if they see a tray flip front board, they'll maybe try to incorporate like a hard flip blunt or something like that.
Did you see the other day Nija at a street league missed his second ever tray flip?
Yeah. It's
I
crazy.
see that.
He's never missed one. He's only missed a tray flip twice in his entire street league career.
Wow.
That's been like a decade.
He has that Kobe thing, bro, where it doesn't matter if he can get on that board, he's gonna go skate.
Dude,
You know, and people think it's like it's God given talent, and I think part of it is.
Yeah.
You have to be coordinated, and some of that's genetic, but you gotta have that killer.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I met this kid when he was like this tall, right? And he's got that thing. Like it's you see it in his eyes. He's not tunnel vision.
Nothing else matters.
It's tunnel vision, dude.
Nothing
he
else
doesn't even
matters.
see anybody else. He's just like, I'm here.
Yeah.
Nothing else matters.
And that kind of going back to the Japanese, culturally, they take a lot of pride in what they do. And sadly, that's why suicide rate is so high when past retirement age, because they dedicate themselves to making whatever career choice they made into the best that they could be,
Yeah, so
up to the fullest. So I guess that goes for skateboarding too. You're gonna do the best you can all the time. There's no excuses unless you're physically hurt.
That's an interesting approach because they could be taking the martial arts approach to,
Yeah.
to skateboarding and their work.
You know
and
it.
everything.
You know it. Yeah.
Yeah, and we like adapted their martial arts like to our country and kind of made it our own. And martial arts is very no bullshit. You're very proud. It's very individualistic. Like you can only do what you can do as an individual, and your whole reputation lies on how you can perform.
Yeah, even Japanese history, bro. Like the Mongols, while they were taking over the rest of the world, tried to take over Japan. The Japanese said, "Nah, we got these Japanese things called swords and bows and arrows, and we're really good with them.
Yeah,
And you cross that ocean or whatever, you're gonna get fucked up." And they did.
yeah.
And that's when Japan started their reign of terror in Asia. But that's in the past. They're our friends now. Yeah, dude. Watching those kids literally float. The only other person I've seen float like that is Shane O'Neill.
That dude's a float. Yeah.
He makes it seem easy. His arms barely swing.
Yeah.
It's just literally the board moving,
Yeah.
and just the tips and the backs of his and like of his feet.
Crazy about Shane too is like he barely skates now. Like he barely puts shit out.
He's the reason I like, because I was into skateboarding all through my youth, like from like 10 to like 25, and then like 27 I got back into it because I had seen him and how he skateboards, and then the street league came around and stuff like that. Oh, I was a big Rob Deerdeck fan, Robbing Big and whoop de woo. So I gladly watched that. It was free. It was on YouTube. So why not? And these kids are doing crazy shit. So then Nija gets in the picture, and then P-Rod and like all the old school guys kind of like getting phased out, and that kind of sucks too. But the body gets old, bro. Like
Exactly.
Yeah.
you can be 45. I mean, look at Tony Hawk, like bones breaking and stuff like that. And
He's
Still out there.
yeah, he's the
Dude,
OG.
He's got a cane and he's still hitting the vert ramp.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't stop him, but he is human.
I mean, let's talk about that. Though. Like we're addicts.
Yeah.
Like skateboarding, it's an addict thing. Like how many times you got broke the fuck off, and then like as soon as you heal up, you're like, I'm gonna go skate.
Yeah.
It's an addict thing. Like who in their right mind is like gets like seriously injured, and they're like, I'm gonna go do that again.
Yeah.
That's like addict behavior.
Yeah, dude. Nija, one torn ACL. It's been a career. I'm good. I've been doing this shit from like
Football
13.
players all the time.
Yeah,
They're like,
dude.
Fuck it, I'm out.
Yeah, exactly. Ah, damn. Like, I tore my Achilles. Whoop de whoop. I can't run in a straight line
From
anymore.
my old knee back in like that.
Meanwhile, he's doing tray flips with a recovering ACL, trying to do hubba tricks and shit like that. Like it's, it's amazing. Like y'all, I wish I could get on a skateboard, but I know better. I know my strengths. That's not one of them. But believe me, if I could, man, I'd want to fly too.
Oh, absolutely.
I'd want to jump off fucking stairs and all kind of shit.
Yeah,
Because that's so amazing to me.
That is what the feeling is too. It's like flying.
Yeah.
And you can go as fast as you want. You can turn any way you want. You can move how you want. Like all the tricks float. Like once you get to the point where you build that muscle memory in your legs and you build like those hip flexors and everything is just a floater and you got that pop, it feels so good.
You get that like fast twitch reflex.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like you're really comfortable on your board and you like I remember being like you skate so much you get to this point where you're just like kind of like connected with it and like you feel every fucking crack, every little bump, like you know how to adapt, like lift your weight here, like you know just every little
Watching these kids adjust midair, that's crazy too. Because you're this much from snapping your ankle, that board going straight up your ass, like you're this far away sometimes.
late tricks always blow my mind. Like the guys that can like kick flip and as before they land, shut it.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? How do you have like
this far off the ground?
Yeah, like how do you have like that's what I'm talking about, the fast twitch reflex where you're just like kick flip, boom.
Yep.
And it's just all like you don't even think about it. It's a reflex almost.
Yeah, because in my mind, I'm like, how do you know how much time that's going to take? Because you land primo, you do this, you do that, and then you can't skate for a while. Or you're going to grit your teeth and go through it. Like, it just depends on how bad it is.
Over and over and
It's
over.
a rhythm.
Yeah.
It, like when you do it over and over again, you kind of feel the rhythm of the trick, and each trick has its own rhythm, its own feel, and it's not really something that you can explain, but it's something that you just naturally do.
Because I think also people underestimate how much of an athlete a skateboarder is. Because I've seen events where hours, an entire day, and you're pumping all fucking day. You're going through elimination rounds, all that kind of shit, and then you get to the finals, and then the finals take long.
Yeah.
It's all day, and that's pumping, jumping. Like, that's crazy athleticism. And then, like, when it comes to, like, X Games and stuff, you do it tomorrow, too.
Yeah, they're like all weekend.
Yeah, and when we were coming up, the skaters ate trash. Like, they ate, like, fatty burritos.
Right, yeah, they ate like
tacos,
shit.
Yeah, there was no, like,
drank
taking...
beer after every session, which causes inflammation. It fucks up your muscles. And then shout out Neen Williams. Neen Williams really made it popular to work out in the skateboarding culture.
Okay, really?
Have you seen Neen lately though?
Yes.
So he lives in Austin. He started Not a Chance Burger, right?
Yep.
Joe Rogan has shouted him out like multiple times. Like it's like a big deal. And like he's all about the fitness and like I'm sure it's like super really good beef there. But we need to go check that place out.
We do. I'm down, and he's got his own seasonings. He's got his own seasonings.
Oh, really? Like his own line of seasonings? Oh, that's cool. Hell yeah. That's dope as fuck.
And it's all healthy, all keto. Like, or I don't know if it's keto, but it's all like healthy.
It's like
stuff.
good quality shit.
He actually he lives in Fort Worth, I think.
Really?
So he's kind of local.
Oh, okay.
He's always at Four Down.
Yeah, we should chop it up.
Yeah.
Get him on the show.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. And then you see, like, also the amount of money these fucking skaters make now. Like, Nigel's more than likely now, unless you're Yuto Horigome or something like that, that's pretty much unattainable. But to see what he has now, like, his crib's crazy, garage stupid, can pay for all the best rehabs, all the best doctors, all that kind of shit, and still have money left over to be good for life.
Yeah, following him on Instagram is interesting.
Yeah.
Dude.
He has an incredible house.
Yeah.
I remember when he was like looking for houses and he found that one. Dude, it was just watching him like look for houses and shit. You're just like, what the fuck, like.
And it goes a lot. It goes to say a lot about his character too, because a lot of people will let that go to their head and be like, "I'm good."
Yeah.
The fuck. Why do I need to go out there and like possibly bust my head open, tear another ACL? Why do I need to
That's
do
the
that?
thing too. Is like Nigel gets like a lot of hate and shit, you know, because like he's
like the Patriots, bro. They were tired of seeing him win.
they're tired of seeing him win, but god damn, he's so good.
Like I'm not gonna lie. At first, when he started being an adult and started doing it to all the people we loved, then it was like, man, fuck that kid, bro. What? Blah, 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 blah. Oh,
cut all the dreads off.
P-Rod was sore that day. You start making excuses for the people you love and all that kind of shit, but that sometimes, sooner or later, you're going to be like, fuck. It is what it is. He's just that guy.
Yeah. Gotta
There's nothing you could do. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, and they hate on the child stars because they treated Sheckler the same way.
Yeah.
And Sheckler is a phenomenal skateboarder.
Oh, yeah.
And he's a great dude. Like he's a pretty solid guy. He's got a good personality, but he had a reality show. He was going through a lot during the reality show. They based his script off of all his family problems, so it was all on Front Street. And he got judged heavy for that. He got judged as a kid. As a kid, people called him like a little punk bitch and all that kind of stuff because they couldn't beat him. And that's really what it was. Like, he's skating against grown men in these contests at the Mountain Dew Free Flow Tour, all that, and they could not beat him.
Yeah. It's just, man. It's funny how humans think,
Yeah.
Especially, and I think it's more so because, like, let's say if you're a new fan, more than likely you're going to be rooting for the best one if you're a new fan. But if you had been watching for a while, you see, like, your favorite skateboarder used to get first, second, third. Now they're getting fourth, fifth,
You got some
sixth. You're like, golly, man. Same thing with Yuto. I was like, because I view him and Shane on the same kind of like style, just very technical.
Yeah.
Very like I said, floaty. And then he started edging out Shane and like scoring and stuff like that. And I was like, golly, man. It just must be a fluke. And then he did it the next year and the next year. And then it's like, all right, cool. He's one of them. Mm-hmm. He's one of them. Like there's nothing else you could say. He's one of them.
Yo. P-Rod was a child star too.
Yeah.
They hated on his switch game because like he could skate switch like it was regular.
Switch.
Yeah.
And then people forget how hard it is to skate switch and how much time and dedication it takes to learn.
Well, he was
that.
doing the fucking hat thing. You remember? He was like,
yeah,
like put it over his face, like a solid, like the camera would cut to him.
yeah.
He'd be like this.
P-Rod's turn to go. And he's sitting there in his hat, like for a solid like 15 seconds, gathering himself, put the hat back.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this, and then go.
Yeah.
Every go, like relentlessly, every time.
The last time I saw him, because I like watching Street League because I like street skating. I think it was like 2 years ago, and man, I'm like, bro, you could have stayed home, doggy. Like, but I get trying to go out on your shield. You know what I mean? Like, no, I'm gonna fight through this. I know I'm old, but I can still fucking rock it. And he got some tricks down, but at the same time, you're going against Nija and Hoban and all these other kind of people that are really hungry and are really good. Yeah. And they're younger than you. That's tough.
It's best to know when to bow out.
Yeah.
You know.
And I'm not saying stop skating because never ever that, but it's like that's a different kind of stage. And I know you're one of the pioneers of it, and shout out to you for even being one of the first pros to be like, yeah, I'll participate in SLS. That wasn't shit when it first started. Mm-hmm. But, dude, even this music thing, man, like, as far as, like, making tracks to release and stuff like that, like, I'm sure I'm going to come to a time where it's going to be like, all right, I need to pivot. Not quit, pivot, because I definitely want to move into something else.
I feel that.
Like making music for movies, that's the ultimate dream, honestly.
Yeah, like
Scoring movies.
Yes. Man, I'd love to write a movie score.
Hell yeah.
I'd love to. That's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
I mean, because like, for me, that's a really important part of the movie. Because without the music, a lot of emotion can't be felt or portrayed through the screen.
You ever watch like a just raw footage of like a Jaws or something?
Yeah, it's tough.
No, the audio and filmmaking is far more important than the video, than the visual. It tells the story. The camera has to tell its own story. That's what comes with being a good like cinematographer. But at the same time, that's why Hans Zimmer is so legendary.
That's my favorite composer.
He can take a piece of film and a visual, and he can actually turn that into a full story to where it feels like the full package is there.
You know who stepped into that game? Who's kind of unexpected? Trent Reznor.
Oh yeah.
He's been with Disney movies.
Yeah.
Soul.
Yeah.
And it's like it's good. Like it's not dark music like you would expect it to be from Trent Reznor. Like it's interesting to see him make that like you said, like to make that pivot. You know,
because ultimately I with that whole process, like, you don't have to know how to write a violin part. You're the team around you is gonna be like, oh, okay, you wanted to go how? You know, and sing the melody. Okay, make the cello do this, make the trumpets go do like that. We're gonna try to stick more to electronic side of things, like Skrillex did for Wreck-It Ralph.
I didn't know he did that.
Yeah, dude, he
sick.
did the music for Wreck-It Ralph.
It's hard.
Yeah, so you know, and you would, and obviously you didn't know that, so like, and if you pay attention now, it's in his wheelhouse, but at the same time, it's totally a movie soundtrack. That's kind of what I want to do, you know, just to further branch out into the town, because then I could really just sit in a room and make music.
Name like a soundtrack that's like from a movie that just comes to mind. Like one that's like, to me, I think of Up.
Up.
You know, the intro to Up.
Yeah.
Like everyone, come on.
Like as far as like,
Pixar ones
I guess that's
honestly
gets
have the best.
that gets everybody. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
like this isn't like from a composer, but the soundtrack to the first Guardians of the Galaxy,
Okay.
the music director did his fucking thing,
Yeah.
knowing like, I work for Disney. That bankroll is infinite. I can get the rights to any song I want. I'm gonna create the perfect soundtrack.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That's kind of the perfect movie to do that with too, because what's his name has that MP3 player.
Oh, Peter Quill in the movie.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's kind of like shuffling through songs, you know.
Yeah, man.
Throughout the movie.
Literally anything Hans Zimmer.
Which is most of Hollywood.
Oppenheimer was
Yeah.
crazy with the music. Didn't he win?
Yeah, they
did.
won a few Oscars.
Yep.
Yeah, because it added to the atmosphere, not of the of the movie, but you had a feeling of the gravity of what they were doing. You felt it. That's why they won the Oscar, because they put the good ingredients on screen. Hans Zimmer put the finishing touches on top.
Yep.
He not only made you see the emotion, he made you feel it with sound. And that's what I think the best, not only, composers, but the best music producers do that.
Yeah.
Make you feel something.
Yeah. And it's different because with sound scoring, not only are you composing the music, but you're also inserting the sound effects. And,
Yeah.
And within the music, you can make like, say for like a war movie, for example, if there's like some shake in the camera, you can add a rumble. You can add like a timpani.
Isn't that called Foley? Isn't one that called?
Well, Foley is whenever you record like,
another audio and lay it.
Steps. Well,
okay, I got
You're in
it.
a sound stage.
Yeah, they're
Gotcha.
watching the film, and then they're in a little booth, like a recording booth, and they're making all the sound effects out of things that are not like footsteps or glass breaking.
Yeah, for whatever reason they couldn't get it on location.
Can I blow your mind real quick?
Yeah.
So Fully Flared.
Yeah.
That entire movie is like that.
Really?
Yeah, every sound effect, every skateboard sound in that movie is fake.
Damn.
Go back and watch it, and you'll notice it. Like you'll be like, that's not what that rail sounds like.
Yeah.
They were talking about it on the 9 Club, and it blew my fucking mind. I was like, no way.
Well, it makes sense because I've shot independent films where we record the audio on location, and I have a theory. Like some people, you could probably look into it and find out the answer. I just haven't really looked into it because I don't really want to. Well, it's not that I don't want to, but whatever. Yeah. But I think that like they'll record the audio on location and then they go back and they dub it. Like they'll go back to you get all the actors back into a recording studio. They dub everything and then they just sync it because we've dubbed. We've inserted audio that has been messed up on location. And it sounds like studio quality. It sounds like an actual movie.
Yeah.
So I think if you pay for the audio on location and then go to a recording studio and just have the actors come back in and dub everything with the same emotion, the same lines, everything, it brings up the quality in the film by so much.
And they've been doing that for years in movies.
Yeah.
You know, that's pretty standard.
Is that an ADR? Is that what that's called?
Yeah, it's ADR. Yeah, and it makes sense because like literally anything that has impact or anything like doors closing, doors opening, footsteps, typing on a keyboard, all that is going to be inserted.
Building that emotion up.
Yeah, because when you slam a door, you don't just hear like the higher end. You hear the low end. Sometimes, like if you were to slam that door real hard, I'd feel it in the chair, type of deal.
Get a little shake.
Yeah, so you want to add that, and like the best sound designers and stuff can add that like life into the sound.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, and panning is huge. So like
Yeah.
if the door slams on the left, you want that sound effect to come from the left. If you want the dialogue to come from the middle, if they're in the center of the room, you want that to come like in that actual space to where you see it. So it gets very detailed and interesting.
Dude, Instagram has gotten good with like spatial audio. If you have like headphones in, like I was watching a skate video the other day, and like I could hear the guy like come up from behind me. Like I had my AirPods in, and it was like,
Yeah.
it tripped me. I was like,
yeah, that's
come from?
that'd be a plus too. Like to get in one of those studios that you can mix in Dolby Surround. Ooh, that'd be so fucking cool, bro.
Yeah.
Because it's a whole different system that you have to put into your studio. That's so expensive, and that's why it's expensive to get one of those type of composers because they have access to that kind of studio,
gotcha.
and the time in that studio is just expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, mixing in Dolby Surround is crazy.
Yeah.
Deadmau5 built his studio to have it before anyone had it. He's like, He's like, the spatial audio is gonna be the next thing. I think he's the one who not started it, but like kind of hopped on the train early. You know what I mean? Like, and it was more just surround sound, which is a spatial audio. Just if it's coming from back here, it sounds like it's coming from back here.
Right.
And you can kind of achieve that with in a DAW.
Yeah.
But that's really more left to right.
Yeah.
As opposed to front to back.
Yeah, it can be super flat. Yeah.
So you can make it sound all right, but when it comes to the spatial audio,
Yeah. It blows your mind.
Yeah, man.
Yo,
Yeah,
you can
that's
tell
great.
the difference.
Yeah.
It's a trip when you hear that, like something like a police siren sometimes in a song. You're like, shit, I thought that was.
Yeah, what am I doing? You might not be doing anything, but you automatically assume you're doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're here for somebody.
Yeah.
Hopefully not me.
Dude, a little current news. What did y'all see? Like TikTok's getting banned if they don't sell it.
Yeah, I saw
You
that.
see that?
Yeah.
They're gonna ban that shit.
Dang, that bag's might go away for a lot of
Dude,
people.
so many people are gonna have to get a job.
Dude,
You know?
Oh yeah. What do you?
I wonder if it'd be good to buy Google stock
Why you say
Google
that?
stock's always good to buy.
because if TikTok goes away, where are they gonna go? Instagram, sure. YouTube Shorts.
True.
That part of the platform has been growing and growing and growing.
I go to YouTube Shorts.
Yeah, man.
I hate
Because
TikTok. I'm not-
because
Yeah.
most people I know are on YouTube anyway. So rather than exit out the app and go to TikTok, just go to YouTube Shorts.
Yeah. Throw some bread on alphabet A.
Yeah, man.
No, I thought that was interesting though. Like I guess like from a government aspect, it's a invasion of privacy.
So what they want them to sell it to someone in the U.S. or they just want them to sell it?
Dude, fuck if I know. I just saw a headline and I was like, oh, they're selling TikTok.
Sell it and we'll allow you to have it. It's like, all right, well,
They want someone else to own it, so obviously they want to be able to have some kind of control over it. Because right now, I guess the issue is it's an invasion of privacy because they go through all your data. Like,
yeah.
if you have TikTok on your phone, they have access to everything on your phone.
Yep.
So I guess that's the issue.
And it's crazy because it's supposedly in the agreement. And you're like, okay,
Oh,
you
yeah.
agree to this and
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
It's just
That's
like
why I
that.
just took it off my phone. I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah, I never use it. It's like that thing with like Apple. Like everyone just clicks accept when they the Apple user agreement when you get like a new Apple like iPhone or whatever. It's like whatever,
you
fuck
low-key
it. You have no idea what it says.
Low-key just accepted communism.
No
You're
idea.
like, welcome to the party. You'll get your your letter in the mail.
Yeah.
Welcome, comrade.
It's a trip though for them to just outright like say like there's the flip side of it, right? Like the government's like, no, you just can't do that. Like you can't have that. Like how does that make you feel?
Yeah. It's tricky, and they're it's control in the guise of we're looking out for you.
Yeah.
Well, 99%
Are
of
you,
the
though?
population isn't gonna be doing anything that. You can get information off my phone. What is that gonna help you in your war with my government? Like what? I'm not part of the CIA. I don't have anything.
You see how lit we are.
Look at it this way though, like if I read this somewhere, I heard it somewhere, like the TikTok algorithm in China and overseas is completely different
Yeah.
than the American one, right? It's all based on like science and self progression and like
It's like self-help videos, basically.
Right. It's DIY
Information.
shit. Yeah, information, right? And you go to America, it's all fucking dancing and
Yeah, booty cheeks.
dumb
and
shit, right?
Motivational speech, pregnant women.
everything but like what it's made over there for.
Right. So my point is like, fuck it. Like, if do we really need that? Like,
No, yeah.
saying like, we don't even have like the good algorithm.
If they ban it, guess what? I mean, they killed Vine. Something else got into its place.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the same thing. People are gonna migrate over to YouTube Shorts and Instagram Shorts.
How many fucking social medias can there be though? Like honestly, like
Infinite.
you know, like so there's like what, like 5 big ones maybe, and then
Depends. I think it depends on if you count Reddit as a social media.
I would. A lot of people get a lot of social information from Reddit.
True.
There's a lot
True
of
that.
opinions.
that's interesting. So like there's different platforms you go to for different information, right? So like Twitter, I'll go to Twitter for like breaking news.
Yeah.
Reddit is like, I need deep information. I need like user based.
Yeah,
like,
because
like a review type shit. You know, like
yeah,
where all
peer-to-peer
hacks
review or
peer
like
to peer. Yeah, like tell me your experience with this. I'm going to Reddit.
Yep.
You know, YouTube is like, I need to learn how to do this. I'm not really sure. You know, so it's interesting. Like there's different
yeah, dude.
different pathways
yeah,
you go
definitely.
to.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. If I want to laugh, my algorithm's pretty like, here's this funny video.
Yeah.
You know, try not to watch too many like beheading videos or anything like that, because then you start getting the crazy shit that
It feeds that algorithm.
then you start getting the crazy shit that gets before it gets deleted off of Instagram. So you know, oh, this is a video of a puppy, boom, and then a bomb went off in Israel or whatever, or Palestine. And it's like, oh well, there goes my fucking mood after this. You know, this group of puppies I just watched, and then you go see some bullshit. It's, oh my God. So that's why I try to keep my algorithm kind of clean.
Yeah.
But they still
You
sneak
really
in
have to try too.
Yeah.
You have to try to like keep all the fucking just bullshit.
because it's
out that's
easy to
suggested
like
you.
add something into your algorithm, but it's hard to take it out.
Yeah.
Because even if like, you know, you haven't seen a certain kind of video for like 1 or 2 days, the one that sneaks in on that third day, now you got to start the process over. Just because you watched 2-3 seconds.
You watched it just a little bit too long. You didn't scroll off of it fast enough, and it kicked in that like 5-second algorithm.
And you could have a completely clean like timeline, and then every once in a while they'll throw in some messy shit, and then you kind of want to watch the messy shit just to see what it is, and then you're kind of fucked.
Yeah, then you're fucked.
You'll
Yeah.
get recommended a whole bunch of messy shit.
Right, I've seen some stuff. I've seen some stuff on there that makes me go, "Oh my God, what did I?"
Anytime
what
I see
happened?
anytime I see like a grainy security video,
Yeah.
like security camera, I'm like, no, I'm good. No, I'm good. I don't need to see
Or
that.
like shaky cell phone footage.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Real.
Just like a panic selfie cam. Like I'm good. I don't need to see this.
Yeah.
I got fucked up one time because I was just watching like cars. Like I love cars, you know. So I was just watching car videos, you know, Supra versus Tesla, blah, blah, blah. And then you go, okay, this next video. Okay, this is a Dodge Demon just doing donuts in a crowd. Okay. Well, guess what the fuck happens about 3 seconds into the video? Donut, boom,
Yep.
smacks into a person.
Yep. I've seen those
It's
videos.
like, well, didn't want to see that, but it's not as bad as like it could be. But still, like,
Can't unsee it.
yeah, because now it's just gonna be car accident videos, which is like that's how it got me into it. I was like, oh, that was pretty funny, you know.
Yeah, and
When it's something stupid and you kind of figure everyone's okay, you're gonna be like, okay, that was
What's the first thing you do though? Straight to the comments.
yeah.
Straight to the comments.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah. On all the and now it's so meta because like now some memes, some of these videos are screen captures of the video, and then they pop open the comment section.
Yeah.
And then now the comments are part of the video now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so and then they go slow mo so you can scroll through some of the comments and just peep the wildest shit in the world.
It's the Wild West on the internet, man.
Dude. Yeah. And then like there's some accounts that just get hate for no reason. Like there's this I think she identifies as a girl. She's kind of masculine looking, dresses more male-ish, you know. And she just makes coffee. That's all she does in her videos. It's more like a day-to-day. She's not doing, she's innocent. Yeah. And people are like, I live in Australia and I hate you. Just fucking
right.
delete this video. Like, all kind of shit.
Have you seen this shit on, like, Your Mom's House?
Yes, that's the same one that I'm talking about.
You've made a couple of Your Mom's House references.
Yeah,
where they're like, hate from Australia.
Yeah.
Hate from Texas. Everyone just commented, like, hate
just
from
for no reason.
Just for no fucking reason.
Just for no reason.
Just trolling people, dude. And that's the thing is, like, there's such a, like, rise in, like, just trolling people.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm so sick of it, honestly.
Yeah,
like, I'm so sick of just
for real.
Right. Like, can y'all just be real? Like, just be real with me. Quit fucking with me. Like, I'm sick of the games and shit. Like, what's real anymore, man? Oh God, just the trolling thing. Like, I get if you're like trying to be like stand out and shit, and you want to be like eclectic or whatever. But like being trolly about it and like, I don't know, you're like tricking people, and like that's just weird to me. It's a bad intent.
I know a lot of music artists that do it for to get people to come to their page. So they'll leave
for engagement.
They'll go to like a big channel and they'll comment on a video. They'll hate on the video. And they'll get like 350 responses.
I was trying to think of. I had one in mind. I couldn't think of the fucking
numbers
name,
go up.
Yeah.
Numbers
that's
go
all
up.
it is.
Check their page out. They end up liking them because they're like, oh, they're not so bad.
And with the whole trolling thing, also, it's kind of hard to differentiate like a real fan and not. So I know for stand-up comedians, sometimes I like, especially if they have a podcast, like they open themselves up. They like for instance, like Shane Gillis, he just did SNL, blah blah blah. He's like, because he's like, jokes around, I'm fat, whoop de whoop. I suck, and then a big fan will be like, haha, you're fat, blah blah blah, and then like sometimes that misconstrued like, oh, you don't know me like that.
Yeah.
So he's a fan, and he listens to all your shit, but he kind of stepped over the line, being kind of trolly, and the trolls, that the ones who are actually there to cause havoc, kind of blur that line between he's just being, he's a fan, he's just trying to mess with me, versus like, oh, you're just a troll trying to get attention.
Yeah, and Shane Gillis also got a lot of flack for going off script. He made a gay joke on SNL.
Yeah, he said gay.
Yeah, he literally said gay, and everybody's all in an uproar about it. And he didn't do it in rehearsal, and he just started improvising and just coming up with his own jokes.
But that's why he's the dog, bro. I love Shane Gillis.
I saw someone say like,
he did it on purpose. He said, "Did you do it in rehearsal?" He's like, "No." They're like, "Did anybody know you were gonna say that?" He's like, "Only the right people."
Yeah. Yeah, I saw someone say like he was kicked out of the castle to return as the king. He got kicked off SNL before he like.
That's when it's so crazy. He literally came from the ashes.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
He got the SNL part. He tells a story. Got the SNL part. Got the call and everything. He took a train from like Philly to New York. There was no signal or whatever. By the time he got to New York, it was over with. PR people calling him. Do you have a quote? Did you really say this? Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And he's like, whoa. And then for like 3-4 years later, you come back and host.
Yeah.
And do your Trump impression that you're famous for, and do this and do that.
What's great about it is like, that's what started his career. Because everyone was like, why? Because I remember like hearing about Shane Gillis, like he's the guy that got kicked off SNL, and that's what he was known for.
Yeah,
he was known for that.
Yeah,
and it like started him. Like everyone was like, "Oh fuck it, come on our podcast," and like Joe Rogan kind of took him under his wing, Yeah,
that's how I got into him too. Because I used to listen to this. It was on Sirius XM, but like they would put out videos and stuff. It's Big J Okerson and Dan Soder, Bonfire. Yeah. Okay, that's where I first got introduced to Shane Gillis. Like literally right after the whole cancellation thing, on there all the time, pushing his dates. That's why I like comedy too, because as long there's certain things you can't do. You can't sexually assault. You can't do that kind of shit. But when it comes to like making jokes, stand up fans aren't going to care about what USA Today says. They're not going to care about Boston Globe. They're not going to care about what mainstream media says about what this person said in trying to make a joke. So, okay, let's say you two are Yuto Hirogome and Shane O'Neill. I'm also a pro skateboarder. What am I gonna try to do? Give you my best shit. Try to make you go, oh shit. Try to bang your skateboard on the ground. Yeah. Same thing with stand up. If we're all three stand up comedians, I'm gonna say the wildest, funniest shit that I can think of, and if it lands, it lands. If not, we'll move.
Absolutely. I've got like a little. I want to do stand up like at some point. Yeah. Like
I've written a minute too myself on it, bro.
I will literally go with you to an open mic.
Bro,
I'm dead ass.
I legit
serious.
wode a minute last week.
I will seriously go with you to an
open
mic.
Dude, don't tempt me. We'll talk about it.
I have no problem speaking into a mic, getting on stage. I will go with you.
Dude, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I have like I got a little notes tab of like just it's stand up question mark because it's like I don't know.
Like
you know,
over
it's something I think about every now and then.
2 years, like I just had moments where I think of a funny thought, and if I'm with somebody, I'll tell them, or like but you know, I hadn't been writing it down, and then the other day I just kind of wrote down an idea, and they kind of fleshed it out.
Yeah,
I was like, damn, that's like a minute of stand up right there. And because I watch so much stand up, bro, I really do.
Dude, we need to plan a trip to Kill Tony.
Dude, oh my God, that's what I'm saving that minute for.
Let's go do it, man. let's throw our name in the hat.
Yeah, dude, like, and it sucks because you got to get those tickets months in advance.
Yeah, dude, I've looked at that. I was just telling Kenzie, I was like, I want to go down to Austin for my birthday and see Joe Rogan, and I was looking at all the tickets, sold out. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I want to go to the mothership too, bro.
I want to make a trip just to go.
Because so many people live down there now. They're just...
And it's so close.
Yeah.
Like, how... Like, come on, man. We're seeing, like, the start of, like, a new comedy generation. Like,
yeah, because that's like L.A. in the 90s. Everyone moved to L.A. in the 90s to be at the Comedy Store, be at the Laugh Factory, and all that kind of shit. Now, and New York, same thing. You know, the Creek in the Cave and all these other, Stand Up New York and all these other great clubs. Now... They either have satellite clubs in Austin, or Austin has its own clubs now, and it's the same thing. Everyone's moving to Austin to create this hub. And let's not pretend it's not about taxes, but
dude, right?
it's totally about taxes.
Yeah.
And I get it, dude, because I had to pay Uncle Sam last month. Being an independent, not having like a W-2 job is a motherfucker when it comes to tax time.
I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
If you didn't save, bro, you're shit out of luck. Yeah. You better hope like you can get a good tax person who can like kind of like basically fight on your behalf.
Isn't that wild though? Like we all know that we can find a guy. We'll
Yeah.
find a guy who can kind of finesse the system.
Yeah, exactly.
If
Yeah.
you're backed up, they'll put you on a payment plan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly, dude. And yeah, but again, that stand-up scene is one of the most supportive, loving, all-inclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have your cliques, right? You have your very niche, like alt-right comics. They're like so small you don't even know who they are, you know. And then you have your regular comics, raunchy comics. And then you have your alt comics who kind of try to cancel the regular comics but don't succeed. Yeah. You know, that more get on stage just as to use that as a soapbox as opposed to a place where you tell, because my pain is supposed to be your laughter. Mm-hmm. My shitty relationship is supposed to make you laugh.
I was about to say, I relate to the broken comic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I relate to that dude who's like kind of down on his luck, doesn't have much, like, let me tell you this fucking shitty story about what happened in the day. And he but he sees that silver lining in it. Mm-hmm. And he's got that joke at the end of it. He's like,
yes, he
lost
sees
my
the
dog
funny
and all this shit.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's like a little joke at the end about it, you know.
He said, I don't have to pick up a shit anymore. Or
there's some little silver lining, you know. And that's what makes a good comic, I think, is like not only you observational, but you're making it like impactful in some way.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, you're because someone else. That's the thing about the human experience. You're not the only one with it. Yeah. There's someone else in that crowd who can relate to you on some level. And if you made that person kind of feel a little bit better about their situation, perfect. Mm-hmm. Perfect. The same thing with my music, bro. I don't give a fuck if I ever make millions of dollars off of music. That's not my goal. Like, this dude named Good Energy. Shout out Good Energy. He's a DJ from Portland, I believe. He hit me up. He's like, bro, I love your music. Can you make a couple, remixes for me? Like, for my personal remixes. They're called plates, you know? in the industry. So like, and dude, one person kind of made me keep going. It's like, bro, yeah, if that one person likes my shit, for sure. All right, cool.
Exactly.
I really don't care, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It feels good, when someone else is like, oh, that sounds good. That's what's up, blah, blah, blah. But as long as I'm satisfied with it, and like one other person, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Like, because I don't make music to get famous or anything. I make music because I love it. Just like skateboarders make music. Like skateboarders skate because they love it. They're addicted to it. They'll never stop doing it. Like you said, Tony Hawk with a fucking cane.
Yeah.
As long as he can physically get on that skateboard, he's gonna skate. He's gonna drop in.
He is gonna drop in.
No matter what. And like I think that's how with any passion, bro. If your passion is drinking water, drop in, bro. Go ahead.
Drop in.
Drop in, bro.
That's what the Liquid Death people did.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Like, oh, what if we put water in a can? Psh, go. Mm-hmm. Do it.
Yeah.
Because even if you have to do something else to support this dream, you're going to be that much happier.
Yeah.
Because you're doing something you enjoy in your time. And I understand working on 95 and all that stuff can be tough and, finding extra time to do something that's not going to help your either financial situation or your relationship or your kids or it's tough. But I think finding that balance between responsibility and like personal growth is really important as a person. Yep. Because if it's all work 24/7 what are you working for? Yeah. Just to live?
Yeah, well there's no life there.
Yeah.
Like
you're living but you're not living.
Yeah.
Right.
And you're not giving yourself a chance to create. Like that's why a lot of people that do work 9 to 5s, they have like projects in their garage or they have stuff that
they're working on a car. They work out a ton. They do something that
start a podcast.
Allows them
start
to
a podcast.
Yeah. They do something that allows them to scratch that itch that, working is just not going to. Unless you do what you love, right?
Yeah.
But even then, I think you still need different things. Because luckily, music pays my bills, but I still can't just only make music. You know what I mean? Even though I love it to death, I'll sit in front of my desk 10, 12 hours. But goddamn it, at the end of the day, I'm pretty burnt out on music. Like I'll listen to. That's what got me into podcasts, just giving my ears a break.
Me too.
Just music. Okay, and now people talking, soothing. I can chill out.
And honestly, like same. And like honestly, the state of music kind of ass like the past couple years. Like there hasn't been any like I feel like the past like 5 years there's been like things that kind of like catch my ear, but there hadn't been anything that I'm like damn. Mm-hmm. Like, a few things, but it used to be like more frequent, I think, and so that just kind of put me off to music and so
I think the whole SoundCloud era put a lot of people off to newer music and made people stop looking for it. But we'll say this. Recently, Texas specifically has been on a fucking grind.
Yeah.
Because, people start finding out, oh, Post Malone is from here. Oh, Tizo Touchdown's from here. Oh, that Mexican OT signed a big old deal. Big X the Plug. Now this 4BAT signed an EP deal with OVO. Like it's
crazy. Yeah. Off of Instagram video.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
And the songs are fire though. I'm not gonna lie.
What do you think about that filter though?
So
like, you think it's gimmicky? Have you heard it's kind of like his filter that he uses on his mic? It's really high pitch.
So I think what happens is they lower the beat a couple steps. So like 4 or 5 steps. He'll sing on that, and then they'll re-pitch everything up.
Oh, so the opposite of Chop and Screwed.
Yeah.
Oh, is it that dude that has that really high voice?
With the shiesty on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that shit goes in. When I first heard the track, I didn't see the video. I legit thought it was a chick.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was a girl.
Yeah.
I thought it was like an R&B track.
So that's a reverse Chop.
I mean, that's how I would approach it as a producer. I'm just trying to, like, reverse engineer. Unless he actually gets his voice that high and they just put the auto-tune on it.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But possibly. You know, I don't want to give away the sauce or anything. I'm just trying to break it down as a producer would.
It's interesting though, like see something like that. Like it's because a few years ago, I feel like that'd have been like gimmicky, and people are like, "What the fuck is this shit?" You know, like it's like
It's because the market. I actually made a video. I haven't put it out yet though about this. Whether like it was all planned, if it was all thought ahead, because all the videos, like all the like TikToks and YouTube Shorts promoting the songs, they're not high dollar. They don't have any CG. They don't have anything. It's just him walking into a nail salon, him in front of some random brick wall, just repeating the same lines of the song over and over again, and it's the same formula for all three songs. You know, so that just seeing how simple that was, and how much it caught just on fire because of the reverse imagery. So he got a shiesty on. All his homeboys got the shiesty on. They look like they're about to pull a couple straps out, all that, and then he pull up on 8 p.m. all that kind of shit. Like,
it's the juxtaposition.
yeah. So people kind of get taken aback. Like, okay, is this the hook? What is this? Oh, it's like that the whole song. Oh, he has more songs? Wonder if this one's like that.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
But that's what it takes, right? Like that's what it takes. Like you gotta stand out, and man, like I've never been one to call someone gimmicky unless it's like a dead out like gimmick, and you're pandering to an audience. Once you start pandering to an audience, I'm like, all right, bro, like come on,
Relax.
like
Yeah.
chill out, like
Yeah.
we see you.
Yeah, but also, you know, if the songs weren't fire, it wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of things that's a lot of a big part of some people's misunderstanding about the promotion side of it and like the brand building. It's like, yes, you can build the brand and all that kind of shit, but if the product is shit, it's shit. It's not. You can spend $1,000 on promo across all platforms, and then what?
You see it all the time. You see it all the time. You'll see like a suggested ad, and you're like, "What the fuck is? Who paid this $1,000 for to get this promoted onto my feed?" You know?
DJs do it all the time. They'll cut up a quick promo vid of them playing in some backyard. And I'm not trying to knock the hustle, none of that. I'm just saying that you got to be smarter about it. You can't stitch together a hype video of 4 shows and there's like 3 people at these shows, and you pan out to the crowd. It's like, it just looks odd. Cause I've played those shows, bro. Yeah. To nobody before.
Yeah, been there.
And it's fine. But I'm not gonna cut up a promo video, pay for the promotion to put that out. I'm just not. Yeah. But maybe that's not why I'm not bigger. I don't know. But it just seems like a lateral move. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm talking about. It's a gimmicky. It's you're pandering. You're trying.
You're trying hard as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah.
That's when it gets kind of just like, come on, man. Like, be real with me for a minute, you know?
Yeah, it takes away the authenticity.
Yeah,
and
that's what it is.
Makes it seem like you're not being yourself. Like, I can't get to know you. That's a problem as an artist.
Fuck yeah.
To get a Yeezy cosign and then a fucking Drake feature, then get signed for an EP onto the Drake label, that's crazy work for like 4 months. Because the first one came out, I was like, okay, goddamn. And then I went to his YouTube page. I was like, this can't be his YouTube page. This is only one video here. That's when he had first put out Act 1. It's like, there's no way, bro. I kept looking for other pages. Like, no, that's it. And he had like 10,000 followers or subscribers. Now it's like 180K subscribers, millions of plays on the songs, especially that Drake one, which, to be fair, I didn't fuck with too much because it just literally sounded like he told 4Bats, yeah, give me an open verse on this song. And it's Drake, you're going to do it. Yeah. And Drake's going to do what he did with people he fucks with. He's like, let me get an open verse on one of your popular songs.
Dude, how many people have Drake broke?
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of like his thing.
Yeah.
I feel like he's almost got like a team that like
just
prowling, looking for
And
talent.
that's good, though, because it keeps him relevant.
Yeah, exactly.
He got on a viral song. And because then he knows it's going to push his numbers, keep him relevant, and he's going to push 4Bats' numbers. Win-win. Who's going to say no to a Drake feature?
Yeah.
All I got to do, because more than likely he didn't charge him, because he's probably the one that, hey, send me an open verse.
Yeah. And with that first song doing so well and the page doing so well, there's like a projection for back end, so it would make sense to work in a back end deal on that and not get fucked over.
Yeah, exactly. The producer of those songs.
Yeah.
Because that's 50-50 split off drum, bro.
Shit, you better hope so.
Nah, that's standard. If you didn't get 50-50 split, it's stupid. but yeah, the producer and artist 50-50 split from the jump. And if you're the writer, get even a little bit more. So cause but let's say he wrote, produced, all that kind of stuff, he's getting most of it. So yeah, music business is crazy.
Yeah, it's insane right now, man. Well, hey, let's wrap this up. Is there anything going like you want to toss out? Is there anything you need to promote?
Just keep a lookout on YouTube for my reaction channel. That's it. I'm trying to just get a bunch in the can just so I can upload, and not have to record every day.
Dude, I feel that. That's honestly the way to do it.
Yeah. Because I can't imagine, like, unless it's like breaking news or something that just went viral that day, I can't imagine just going through funny compilations every single day and shit like that. That's something you can do in a day. Do a couple of those videos. You can even do a long form video and just chop it up. So
you need to get you a kid. Like, you need to get you like a young kid that watches all these viral videos with his homies that are like, "Hey, bro, this is."
Dude, honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
You seen DJ Ghost?
Nuh-uh.
Bro, he's like the king of reactions. Go home and look up DJ Ghost. Like, that dude's solid. He uploads like 2 to 3 times a day, and he's got this young kid named Jake that ironically named Jake, that he's like 16. He had him on one of the episodes for an interview. But this kid finds him all of his videos, and he does all the reactions that he live streams is all like the first time he saw the video. So he doesn't pre-watch. So
yeah, see that I don't want to pre-watch either.
Yeah,
I'd rather just like a for real reaction.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, if you go off of a title or something, you want to have somebody watch the video first, so that way you don't get baited into like clickbait.
You'll know it'll bang.
And if you go live and it's a shit video and
you're sitting there like
to it, then you.
Yeah, you're sitting there like, oh well, next video, I guess.
Yeah, so you need to get a guy to like watch that shit first and be like, yo, this is a banger. Check it out.
Yeah. This goes back to like the biggest YouTubers. Even if there's only one on camera, definitely have a team behind them.
Absolutely.
Editor, all kind of other shit. Has someone there filming them.
They got an entourage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't just them at the.
Yeah, because then like we said, you can just focus.
Yep.
At some point, I'd like to do that, but for right now, I'll go ahead and do all the work myself, Yeah. Just until if the channel makes a little money, let's definitely go back into the channel,
Well, any way we can help, let us know, man.
For sure, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, for sure.
I'd love to come on do one.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
I think it'd be
definitely
fun.
want to have people on to do the reaction with me, especially like if neither of us has seen it before.
Yeah,
even better.
Yeah, I already got some bangers for you.
Sick, hell yeah. Hell
yeah, dude. Appreciate you. Thanks for inspiring me to keep doing this, man.
Yeah, bro. No
Starting
problem,
all
bro.
this up, man.
Yeah,
it's been a journey to say the least. Jake, thanks
yeah.
for being here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Y'all be you. We're gonna be us. Later.
If you'd like to see raw, unedited, live episodes, follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/whatsupwithdhat. To watch full episodes of What's Up With That, subscribe to us on YouTube at youtube.com/whatsupwithdhat.